everybody, I'm Lorii Abela, your Soulmate Expert and Asian Matchmaker. Welcome to tonight's episode of Matchmaker Secrets, where we talk about love, dating, and relationships, and of course, matchmaking. I have actually wondered often, how are those boss ladies managing their relationships or actually looking for love? And we're happy to have our guest tonight, who is actually one of those boss ladies that I was talking about. So she is a trauma-informed coach and founder of Ascend Together. She helps professionals become the CEO of their lives. She has previously served as a privacy counsel to Fortune 500 companies such as United Airlines and Anheuser-Busch, and graduated from Spelman College and Harvard Law School. So how are you, Kimberly?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Let's go back to your probably your college days. Was it a little challenging already? Come to think, like, okay, you're meeting a boy, and then like, okay, he's actually maybe studying business, and then you're studying to be a lawyer.
I had some challenges. One, because I went to all-girl college. I went to all-girl high school too. And I never had a sister, so I was all about the girls. Like, oh my gosh, I have a sister. So I didn't think about dating that much in college, which if I went back, I probably would have focused on it a little bit more.
Well, your parents must be happy. It's like, oh my God, my child is focusing on her grades. That's what the parents are usually thinking about. Like, be able to have their children finish college, and then like for you, like, finish all of the different things that you have to complete, pass the exam and all those things. So how was your journey as far as like, being a boss lady, and how did it influence your relationship and dating?
Yeah, I think it can be tough. I think, just managing people's first impression and maybe some assumptions, because in addition to, having my own coaching practice, I'm a lawyer, right? And so there's some immediate assumptions people sometimes make about lawyers, particularly they're like, oh, she likes to argue, right? Or because they automatically think of some trial lawyer. And I'm not a trial lawyer. I actually am a privacy lawyer. I do contracts, I do notices. And so just trying to get in front of, some negative assumptions people might have because of my profession.
Okay. Just to let you know, it's both ways. Like, because like I'm a matchmaker, so it's not just the women who are, the men are cautious about. It's also the women who are cautious about the men lawyers. Yes. So it's, both ways, not just like,
yes,
women lawyers. So how do you balance your business and personal life as far as like your time doing those different things, like, your love life and your business?
Yeah, so I think one, making the time. I make sure that I get on the app. I may not spend a lot of time on there, but I try to say, okay, have you spent your little 15 minutes? Just getting consistent is super helpful. And then the other thing that I do is try to go outside. Now, we're in Chicago. The weather is gorgeous right now. And so I'm like, I need to go out maybe once a week. So that's the goal. I don't always hit it, but my goal is to really continue to put myself out there. I really do believe in love. I really do believe I'm going to meet someone. And so I'm just trying to do my part, right? And so I'm participating on the apps, and I'm actually going outside to see if I can run into them there.
Okay. For the people watching, I'm just letting you know, she's saying goals. So you should have a goal as far as like your relationship is concerned. You cannot just be having goals as far as your earning power is concerned. Like, how do you have your professional taken care of? It's also like a relationship goal.
That's right. Yeah.
So how do you navigate finding a partner who respects and supports your ambition? Because obviously you are very independent and driven.
Yeah, I think, it's in evaluating the people that I'm meeting. I've met individuals who, they would want someone who cooks all the time. And that's not even something that I do often. I can do it, but it's not something that gives me pleasure or joy, and it's not something I want to do every day. And so accepting other people's wants and needs and not judging it and saying, okay, I'm just not the woman for you, and being okay with that, because I don't want to cook every day. And so if that's what you want and need, I'm not going to pretend, I'm not going to perform. And so being really honest about, what my needs are, what my wants are, and then respecting, the other person's needs and wants. And if we're out of alignment, just accept that we're out of alignment. I don't have to make them bad or wrong. It's just, you're not my person.
Okay, all right. Hey, food delivery. Somebody is your client over here. How do you debunk the idea of, lawyers, or there's some stereotype going on when it comes to dating and relationship?
I just try to be myself, right? And so I tell them, look, just get to know me. This is my job. Now, sometimes I don't even lead with being a lawyer, to be honest, Lori, just to just give myself a fair shot. I may not even lead with being a lawyer. Sometimes they ask me what I'm doing, and I say, I counsel on privacy programs. That is very true. I just don't lead with the title. I'm privacy counsel, right? And I do think that helps sometimes, to just let them get a chance to know me for me without having to automatically try to get over the assumptions and negative assumptions they've made. I think the other thing is, just accepting that some people don't want someone with that type of job or that type of earning power and potential. It can be intimidating for people. And so I'm looking for a person that's like, oh, I'm glad I'm with a woman who can earn a lot of money. Now, we won't be spending my money, but they should be happy to be with a woman who's going to contribute to the household. I will be contributing to the household, and that should be seen as a plus in my book.
Okay, all right, got it. So I was just wondering, being a lawyer, are you okay to meet somebody else who is a lawyer?
I will say I've only dated 2 lawyers, and I could tell that I was dating a lawyer. So I am open to dating a lawyer. I will not prejudge, just like I don't want to be prejudged. So I could date a lawyer.
Okay, all right. No, because that's the preconceived notion that, okay, there's going to be a lot of argument because both of them are lawyers.
It doesn't have to be.
Okay, you can have opinion of different kinds, but still be civil about it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So now, can you tell us what are you're looking for as far as a potential partner is concerned, in order to align with your professional and personal goals?
Sure. I'm looking for someone who is kind, someone who has his own goals for working. So that could be an entrepreneur, or it could be someone that's working in corporate, but definitely someone who has professional goals and a track record of meeting those goals. Is important to me. Someone who's family oriented. I'm very close with my family. I do a lot of family stuff. So having a partner that gets that and who's used to doing things with family, I think is helpful. And also someone who has friends. I think, a person who has been able to maintain platonic relationships is very helpful. Someone who has mentors and people that they get good advice from is important. And then, of course, that I'm attracted to. So those are kind of the top things that I'm looking for.
I like that you have told me a lot of things already, and then the last one is somebody that I'm attracted to. So it means they came automatically to you subconsciously. So I like that idea because it seems like you're more open. You are welcoming things, and then you are looking at what's inside first versus what is the physical aspect.
100%. I don't have a type. I've had people, they're like, oh, you like him? Yes. Because one, if you treat me like a queen, you get a lot of points, right? Because the way you make me feel makes me, enjoy you more, makes me look at you differently. So that's just a tip. If make the woman feel like a queen, you can get way further.
I think everybody loves that. I think that will be a good motto. If you want to have a good treatment, have somebody treat you like a queen. Okay, that's the best thing that I've ever had. Among all the other guests that I have had over here, you got the magic word. Yes. I love it. So being a queen yourself, what do you have any challenges that you have faced, or memorable?
Yeah, I've met a lot of great people. They just weren't my people, my person, for me to maybe marry or whatever. But, you know, I've met people who have exposed me to new artists, new musicians. I actually went out with a person who played the saxophone, and we went and he played, and I just got to feel like a rock star's girl, right? And so I've had a lot of positive experience, and I think when you're dating, you should enjoy the process. I think that's super important. I think when you don't enjoy the process, that's when dating becomes like a chore, or you just have, you know, it's very negative experience. And so I try to make sure that my dating experience is a positive one. So I only go out with people that I'm genuinely curious about, that I genuinely want to get to know something about them. And I help choose places that I'm interested in going. So there's never a losing moment. So if I go out with someone, even if we never go out again, it would be a great night, because that's all I have. I have great conversations and I have a good time, and that helps me with my dating life. So it's a positive thing, even though I look forward to when I won't be dating, because I will find my person.
Okay. So, are you open to people who are already who have a child already, who have been married before?
Yeah, so that changes, right? So I think when I was younger, I wanted someone who had never been married and who didn't have children. But now that I am of a more mature age, it's very likely that an individual that in my dating range may have been married, may have children. So I am open to that. I am not open to babies. So I'm open to, you know, hopefully older children, hopefully. And there's a thought that, you know, the second wife might be where it's at. Like the person has already gone through a marriage. They might be ready to treat the second wife better. They've learned a lot. So I'm okay with being a second wife.
Okay. All right. And, you know, I have to ask this because, like, you know, me, myself, like, I chose somebody who's brown as well. So I'm married to Puerto Rican. So, but anyway, for you, like, are you okay with, you know, different kinds of colors?
I have some openness. My preference certainly is black men, but I'm open to who the person is. I think it would be a stretch. I have not dated outside of my race a lot, just a few times. But I'm remaining open, because I just know the type of partnership I want. And if it happens to be someone that's not black, I don't want to miss out on something really good just on that one identifier. So I'm open.
Yeah, I like that because, like, it's interesting because, like, most of the African American that I have interviewed, they also want African American. And so, like, you know, I think, like, okay, I think because they know a lot of things about themselves already that they can relate so well. Right. They know that they're family oriented, you know, that's a biggie for, you know, African Americans, especially to Asians as well, like, you know, having that characteristics of being family oriented is important. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just stating that because, like, obviously I've seen, like, you know, the discrepancy as far as the relationship of, you know, others that is different from what I have seen, you know, growing up. So I think it's very important, if you really value that, then you want something that like that to continue in your forever life. Yeah, so you know, I really, you know, enjoy this conversation because, like, you know, I've never interviewed a lawyer, okay, you know, as far as the relationship is concerned. I've interviewed a lawyer who is a divorce lawyer talking about, like, you know, the different things in order to avoid divorce. And so, like, you know, it's nice to have, you know, a boss lady in order to get some perspective because, like, there, as you were saying, there are many people who nowadays have become entrepreneurs and business women, and then, like, you know, they want to, you know, explore love, but, you know, we just want them to actually have some insights. Okay, this is something that I can get from what we have shared over here in order to make things happen for them. And then, like, I like your nugget that you have to spend time for it, because, like, if you don't spend time for it, like, how do you expect that to happen? Like, you know, you probably are just, you know, being so passive, and so being so passive sometimes work, but sometimes, you know, it doesn't work. So, but the thing though is at least you feel actually the achievement that, hey, you know, I did something for this cause.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So I really appreciate you being over here. And, you know, for those people who are single and wondering how to navigate love, I'd like to invite you over here. And then if you are a professional in love, dating, and in relationship industry, I would like to also invite you over here so we can contribute to the other people who are actually wondering how to navigate love. And if you have been successful in your relationship, maybe you have been in a relationship for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, we want to have you also be here so you can share your successes and telling us about your longevity as far as your relationship is concerned. So there you have it, folks. We'll see you again. Thank you and bye-bye.